Morning, everybody. Got my cup of tea ready for the next little journey through Matthew. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. It's been good. Weather's kept good for us as well. So today we're going to be talking about Matthew 24 to 26. And it's a real change in focus, this section. Up until now, Jesus has been talking about the kingdom. He's been doing lots of teaching. And now, although he's still teaching, his focus now turns to what happens when I'm not here. He starts talking about false messiahs. He starts talking about persecution. He starts talking about the second coming. His language is very much changed this week to looking forward to what's about to come. So in Matthew 25, he has another kingdom parable like he's done before, but this time it's very much focused on the final judgment. And so from there, you suddenly find the story shifts into Jesus being anointed at Bethany, which we learn from him is to prepare him for his burial, about Jesus' betrayal. And then we move into the Passion. What's known as the Passion of Christ. If you've seen the movie, I remember somebody going and seeing it at the cinema and somebody coming out afterwards and saying they were very disappointed because it didn't show a lot of how passionate Jesus was. It was the Passion of Christ. Why isn't he passionate? It's understandable that people might feel that way, but the passion, the word passion, comes from the Latin verb, which is to talk about suffering. So when we read about the Passion of Christ, it's about the suffering. And so this whole section this week is very much focused on the transition from Jesus focusing about how to teach his disciples on how they should live and accept and see the kingdom of God and what that's all about, very much to this focus on his final days. And so in the final part of this session, you will see we then move into the Last Supper. We move into Gethsemane. We move into his betrayal at the hands of Judas. We read about Peter's denial, as Jesus had predicted that he would do while Jesus is before the council. For the disciples, this has happened very quickly. A few days earlier, a day or two earlier, he was entering triumphantly into Jerusalem. They were looking forward to this exciting Passover weekend. And very, very rapidly, within the space of a day, it has turned on its head and things are not how they expected it to be. They're exactly how Jesus expected it to be and exactly how Jesus had been telling them it would be. But you need to put yourself in their shoes right now, that this has happened very quickly indeed. And it's all a bit of a scary time for them. And this is very much, of course, setting us up for what is going to happen over the next few days, which is, in many ways, it is the lead up to what will be the most significant moment in all creation. But we'll read about that next week. Until then, enjoy and have a great week. God bless.